I am getting up close and personal with some very dear friends of mine, Madam Peony and Sister Lily here tonight. I am sharing with you a little idea that I have about how we support small businesses, support our own businesses, and support ourselves to be strong and well during these challenging times by combining all of those things together just a little bit. So let me let you in on a little secret, a little test management secret. This is how I manage myself. One of the things I do is I love to spoil myself. Let's be honest. I love to spoil myself, and I think we all do sometimes, right? So if it's Mother's Day, I love that my husband and my children celebrate my role as mother in our family, but I will also buy myself something to spoil myself. And I think it's a little bit of a gratitude thing to just acknowledge myself and the work that I do with my family, with my business, and so on. And so my gift to myself this Mother's Day was these beautiful flowers I have to share with you, these beautiful peony roses. Now, peony roses have a very special place in my heart. When I was growing up, my grandfather had peony roses that grew underneath the apple tree in his backyard, and I have a beautiful memory of that. So much so that I actually planted some peony roses underneath the apple tree in my front yard in my house in Hobart, and unfortunately have yet to see them flower. Maybe one day I will. What has it got to do with supporting small business? Now, I'm really glad you asked, because my gift from my husband this Mother's Day was an amazingly stunning bunch of flowers that were from a local florist. And what meant so much to me was that he had remembered the local florist shop that I've been supporting, and they remembered who I was, and that they were excited to put together a stunning bunch of flowers for me. Pardon me. So shout out to Botanics of Melbourne. Thank you so much. I absolutely love my flowers. When we establish relationships with other businesses, it can be such a beautiful, nurturing, two-way street, because we're supporting. It feels good, right? It feels good to support another business. It feels good to be known in your local community, in the businesses that you love to support and cheer on. I've also been supporting, you may have noticed in my Instagram stories, very much supporting Entrecôte, which is a French restaurant in South Yarra, and also Bistro Gitan, another French restaurant very dear to my heart in South Yarra. And these flowers were actually bought, these peonies were bought outside of Entrecôte, because on Mother's Day they got very clever and had a flower barrow outside their restaurant as part of what they're doing to innovate. So for me, supporting small business is about shouting out their achievements on social media, using my platform to support them. But also, if I'm going to spoil myself with something, it might be a coffee, it might be lunch, or it might be some flowers, knowing that I've got go-to people, the people that I support in my local community, and establishing a relationship with them that is meaningful and authentic. Because when we as business owners establish relationships with other business owners, even if I walk in and they don't know me from Adam, but we shout each other out on social media all the time, that's enough for me to know that we've built something together. And it's enough for me to know that if I ever wanted to send a message, now thinking about, for example, the book that I'm writing at the moment, that's going to have some case studies in it about some of the clever innovations that small business owners have been demonstrating over this period of time in lockdown. Damn straight, I'll be contacting some of these favourite businesses of mine and asking them to be part of those case studies in my book. Now, I've got a relationship with them already. Botanics of Melbourne know who I am because I've been supporting them. Entrecôte know who I am through our shared bouncing off each other on Instagram. Bistro Gitan definitely knows who we are as a family because we're regulars, and we've been supporting them in the innovations that they've been putting out there during lockdown. It feels good to be connected as a business owner, whether they know who you are or they're not, whether you know who they are when they're supporting you or not. I'm struggling to make sense of this for you, but what I want you to understand is that power of connection in your local community is so important to your own well-being for your business. When you feel connected to other business owners, you don't feel so isolated. You don't feel like you're the only person on the planet who gets it. And you feel excited when you see other businesses doing something innovative. It might motivate you, it might embolden you, or it might help you to feel a little bit cheered on by the things that you're doing that are a little bit outside of the box. Not only that, when you're supporting other business owners, when you're supporting other small businesses in your community, it feels good for you as a human being. And sometimes we do need to spoil ourselves. I've lately, if you're on my emailing list, check your inbox, because there'll be an email in your inbox from me talking a little bit about how I struggled last week. No live streams from me for the past 10 days because I was exhausted. Just so tired. All I could do was focus all my energies on the things that had to be done and done well. I had no room for anything additional outside of that for the past week. And that's okay. Once I realised that I needed a bit of a break, I gave myself a break and I spoilt myself with some flowers because I had earned them. And it felt good to not just spoil myself, but to support a local business. So what I want you thinking about is the relationships that you build with small business owners in your community. You're supporting small business. You're establishing relationships that help you support your business as well. And you're doing things that feel good for you and can give you opportunities to spoil yourself. It might be that you're buying yourself a book, or it might be that you're going to get yourself a fabulous coffee croissant for your breakfast. Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be expensive and it doesn't have to be big. It might just be that you're shouting each other out on Instagram or Facebook, and that's wonderful too. So make sure that you're reading yourself well at the moment. And by that, what I mean is listen out for signs of exhaustion, signs of fatigue, signs of tiredness, signs of guilt. Are you feeling guilty because you're not doing enough of all of the things? And then cut that shit out. Stop doing that to yourself. Take a step back. Think about something nice that you can do for yourself. Bunch of flowers, cup of coffee, simple walk in the park, whatever it might be. And is there a way you can share the moment with another business in your community that you love, that you want to shout out to, that you want to support? And can you bring them into your network a little bit and cheer each other on during these really difficult times? Here in Melbourne, we've got a loosening up slightly of social distancing, slowly, eking towards a new normal. And it will be a new normal. We won't be going back to the old normal, at least that's how I feel. So we need to do things differently. We need to look after ourselves better. Psychologically, emotionally, financially, all of the ways we need to look after ourselves better. That means listening to what you need. So it might be that you need a break. It might be that you need to bum out on the couch with your kids and some popcorn and just watch movies for a day. It might be that you need to down tools and go for a walk. Or it might be that you need to spoil yourself with some beautiful flowers from your local florist. So incorporate all of these great things into one great big melting pot where you're supporting local business, building relationships with other businesses and your business so that they can return the favour, and looking after yourself at the same time. Have a fabulous night. It's lovely to be live with you again, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Let's make it a date. Bye for now.